What if one man warned the world for 950 years and almost no one listened? What if he built a massive ark on dry land while people laughed? What if even his own son rejected him? As a storm unlike any before began to rise. This is not just a tale of water and wood. It's a story of unshakable faith, painful rejection, and a flood that changed the world. Step into the untold journey of Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, a man who never gave up, even when the world turned away. The storm is coming. Will you be on board? Watch the full story, only on Noor Narratives. Long ago, people strayed from the truth and began worshipping idols, filling society with evil and injustice. In this dark time, Allah chose a humble, righteous man named Nuh, peace be upon him, known as Noah in English, to guide his people back to the right path. Nuh was a kind, patient man who loved his people and desperately wanted to save them from their wrong ways. For 950 years, Prophet Nuh tirelessly called his people to worship Allah alone and give up their idols. But most of them just laughed at him. They plugged their ears, mocked him as crazy, and accused him of seeking fame. Only a few people, mostly the poor and weak, believed in Nuh. The proud leaders scoffed. "Why should we follow you, Nuh, when only the lowliest people have joined you?" Even so, Nuh never lost patience. He kept preaching and praying that someday his people would understand the truth. At last, Allah told Nuh that no one else would believe. It was time for a new plan. Allah revealed that a great flood would come to cleanse the earth, and he instructed Nuh to build a huge ship, an ark, to save the believers and pairs of every creature. But first, Nuh needed wood for this ark. Allah guided him to plant many trees and wait for them to grow into sturdy timber. Even though Nuh was very old, he trusted Allah's plan and began planting a grove of trees. When people saw Nuh planting so many trees, they were baffled. Soon they mocked him even more. "Look at this foolish old man, planting trees as if he'll live forever," they laughed. Some hurled stones at him, thinking he had truly lost his mind. But Nuh kept working patiently. He nurtured the trees for years. Decades passed, and the saplings grew into tall, strong trees. Now, Nuh had plenty of wood to build the ark, just as Allah had promised. When the wood was ready, Allah commanded Nuh to start building the ark. Nuh cut the timber into planks and began constructing the ship under Allah's guidance. It was going to be a colossal boat, built to survive a mighty flood. Nuh worked hard, hammering the planks together and fastening them with nails. A few believers helped him, but it was still a massive task for such a small group. As the ark took shape on dry land, the people kept ridiculing him. They shouted, "What is this? A ship on land? How will it sail?" To them, Nuh's project was ridiculous. Yet Nuh and his helpers ignored the insults. They trusted Allah's promise and continued building. After long months, or perhaps years of labor, the ark was finally finished, a huge, sturdy vessel ready for the coming flood. One day Allah gave the sign that the time had come. Water gushed from the ground, even from Nuh's own oven. The flood was beginning. The sky darkened and torrential rain began to pour down. Water also burst up from the earth. In no time, the land started flooding as streams and rivers overflowed. Nuh called the believers to board the ark. They hurried inside and shut the door. As Allah had commanded, pairs of every animal and bird also came onto the ark. Lions and sheep, wolves and cows, chickens and doves all went in 2 by 2, calm and obedient by Allah's command. Outside, the disbelievers were now panicking. Their laughter turned to screams as water rose around them. They ran for high ground, but it was too late. Soon, floodwaters engulfed everything. The ark was the only safe place, and its door was sealed tight. Those who had rejected Nuh had no escape from the rising waters. In the pouring rain, Nuh spotted his son, the one who had refused to believe, still outside. Nuh's heart ached for his child. He shouted, "Oh, my son, come aboard with us and don't be with the disbelievers." But his son refused. He yelled back, "I will climb to a mountain top to save myself from the water." Even then, he would not listen. He thought he could survive on his own. Nuh begged him, "Today, no one can be saved from Allah's command except by His mercy." Suddenly, a huge wave like a mountain crashed down between them. In an instant, it swept Nuh's son away. Nuh's beloved son drowned before his eyes. It was a heartbreaking moment. Nuh had tried everything to guide his son, but he understood that he could not force faith on anyone. His son had made his own choice. Soon the entire earth was submerged under the flood. The ark floated on the rising ocean, tossed by waves as tall as mountains, but it did not sink. Allah kept it safe. Everything and everyone outside the ark was wiped out, disappearing beneath the waters. For many days, the heavy rain continued non-stop. The ark drifted alone on a vast ocean with no land in sight. Imagine the silence and uncertainty for those inside, seeing nothing but endless water. Yet Nuh and the believers stayed patient. They comforted each other and tended to the animals, trusting that Allah would guide them to safety when the time was right. Finally, Allah commanded the sky to stop raining and the earth to swallow up the water. Little by little, the flood waters began to recede, the rain clouds broke apart, and the sun shone through. At last, the ark came to rest on a mountain called Judy by Allah's command. The great flood was over. When the ground dried, Allah told Nuh to open the ark. Nuh and the believers stepped out into a cleansed, peaceful world under a clear sky. They were grateful to be saved. The first thing they did was bow down to thank Allah for His mercy and protection. All the animals left the ark to roam the renewed earth. With the corrupt generation gone, it was now up to Nuh's family and the other survivors to rebuild life on earth. They became the ancestors of all the people after them. It was a new beginning for humanity. The story of Prophet Nuh teaches us about patience, perseverance, and faith. Nuh preached for centuries without losing hope, showing incredible dedication. Even when almost everyone rejected him, he remained faithful and kept doing the right thing. This story reminds us that truth and goodness will eventually triumph, even if only a few people stand up for it at first. It also warns us never to be arrogant or ignore guidance when we're doing something wrong. Most importantly, Prophet Nuh's story inspires us to trust in God's plan. After every storm or hardship, there will come relief and a new beginning for those who believe and do good. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Islamic stories and lessons. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. May Allah reward you for every click and every share. Stay tuned, and may Allah guide us all